Psalm 82, verses 1 and 2 and verse 8 says, God takes his stand in his own congregation. He judges in the midst of the rulers. How long will you judge unjustly and show partiality to the wicked? Selah. Arise, O God, and judge the earth, for it is you who possess all the nations. Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 6-month reading plan through the book of Psalms, today's reading is Psalm 82, and I encourage you to read that psalm. Now, I wonder how many of us feel the same way I do about some of the injustices that we have in the United States and in the world today. I sometimes look at our political leaders and I can only shake my head in wondering how they became the people in charge of our lives. And now this is without political bias. Most of our politicians are only self-seekers, and few of them really have the interest of the people in mind. Sometimes I think that the only reason we vote for the people we vote for is because we want them to get out of the state so that we will be better off without them. Now, I believe it's right to ask God to judge us as a people. And I don't say this in the sense of judging everybody else, but not me. I believe that we should ask God to judge all of us in what we say and in what we do, because most of us fail in our walk with Christ. Most of us fail woefully short of what we should be. Humanity has a very interesting sense of self-preservation. We are very willing to judge others, but we're not very willing for others to judge us. Notice in verse 2, Asaph asks the question, how long will you judge unjustly and allow partiality to the wicked? I have to pause there and reflect on that statement. Is that person who is asking the question a righteous person, or are they a wicked person? Most of us believe our own public relations, or PR. We sometimes point out people's failures and preface it with, not me, of course. Now, of course, there are some people who are overtly wicked, and we can probably pick out many of them. But what are our lives truly like? If we looked at the Ten Commandments, if we looked at the Beatitudes, if we look at the Lord's Prayer, could we say that we follow those principles, or would we have to admit that we fail? Can we say, as Asaph said in verse 8, arise, O God, judge the earth. It is you who possess the nations. Or are we really asking God to judge everybody else and not us? And if you would like a PDF copy of this entire reading plan, please send an email to phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.